In this lesson, we will talk about 3D. What is 3D and what is the difference between 2D and 3D? Okay, at the first, let's talk about 2D. 2D is the abbreviation of two-dimensional. It means that when you draw something on a paper, for example, and I write this text, it means that I have just two axes, y-axis and z-axis. I can move it forward because it is 2D. It has just two-dimensional. But in real life, the objects are not 2D because they have three axes. We can up and down the objects and we can move forward. It means that real life objects are 3D. You may have seen a lot of 3D movies, like 3D animation movies, like cartoons and these kind of stuff, or 3D visual effects in the films. In this lesson, we talk about how to create a 3D space or make the objects 3D inside of After Effects. After Effects has the capability of 3D, and you can use 3D space, you can use camera, lights to create a 3D space for your object. But it's not the real 3D. Actually, we have in CS6, we have a render engine called Ray Trace engine that we will talk about it in advanced lesson in this course, that you can make 3D extrusion and this kind of stuff. But it's not real 3D. Most of the people, most of the artists called After Effects at 2.5 3D. Unlike other 3D softwares like 3D Max, like Maya, like Cinema 4D or Blender, After Effects is not like that. It's just make a 3D space for object. It's not a real 3D software. For creating real 3D, we can use Cinema 4D or other 3D specific software. Okay, how to make an object 3D inside of After Effects? It is very easy. By going and clicking in this icon, our object is now 3D. From where we know that our object is 3D? The first way to know if our object is 3D or not, this icon. If this icon is checked on, it means that the object is 3D. If it's not checked on, it means that object is 2D. Okay, when you click on the 3D icon in here, there is a lot of changes come into your layer properties. For example, if I checked on this, you see there is a lot of changes in here. Like this values are added in here and these orientation, rotation, different axis rotation. Okay, what are they do? They are values for Z options. For example, you can move your objects in Z space like this. It's not the scale up and scale down. It's just moving your objects in Z space. In anchor point, in position, also in scale. And another thing that you have is orientation. You can rotate your object in 3D space like this and like this. Okay, let's reset these stuff. For orbiting around 3D space, we need cameras. That is why inside of After Effects, we can create a camera. And by creating camera, you have different options for your camera. For example, controlling the depth of field, controlling the aperture, and these kind of stuff. Okay, in the next lesson, we will talk about cameras. How can we make cameras? What are the options for camera? And these kind of stuff.